It is 8:32 p.m. on Tuesday. I don't know why. Suddenly I feel like Walter Cronkite just decided to announce the date and time. Recently, I've been going live in the mornings, at least in St. Louis time. And I thought that what I would do would be to go live today, also in the evening, to have a little chat, to say hi, to see if anybody shows up. Because I didn't announce I was going to do it. Astro, what do you think? People going to show up? All right, I know I'm goofy. This is a trying time. I know you're almost probably tired of talking about the COVID-19 virus. Tony Kashawi. Hi, Tony. Welcome to the show. Thank you for commenting. Look, please say hello and where you're from. Tony, I know, is in the Down Under, where Tom Hanks and his bride have the COVID virus. I had a question the other day. Are people going to really hate the word virus marketing or viral marketing, or is viral going to become not a thing anymore after this crazy ordeal that we're going through? The question is, will the world survive? That's the real question. Will the economies of the world survive is probably a bigger question based on what's going on now. And one of the things that I'm doing for small businesses, those people that are social, they always tell you that you need to provide content, right? Facebook posts, have a Facebook page, Instagram posts, Twitter posts, all that kind of stuff. When I was running my Planet 5D blog, I didn't do a whole lot of, and I'm laughing because it's kind of wrong. Ryan's still here. Great question, Ryan. I'm gonna ask that one in a second. But when I was doing the Planet 5D blog, I didn't plan my content. But every day before 9:30, because that's when the email went out, I pretty much assured myself and the readers that I was going to have a blog post up about something having to do with shooting video and photography with a DSLR, because that's what my blog was about. And I became very good at curating news, information, finding stories. I wasn't necessarily writing them from scratch, but I was going out and being the hunter of information. And I provided that information to people as a curator. Now, if you think about the nightly news, at least the way it used to be in the old days, and I'm dating myself, the nightly news was a half hour of here's what we think is important today. Joanne is here. Hi, Joanne, you made it. I gave up on David's live stream a long time ago. Not David's a good guy, but I just had things I needed to go do. Whole long story for those of you who don't know Joanne or David. That's okay. But the nightly news was curated. They figured out which stories needed to be talked about. Now we have 24-hour news, and everybody has to have something to talk about. All of that being said, and let me not forget Ryan's comment. Will Corona beer still sell? Great question. I think they're in big trouble. Last I heard, there was somebody that said they were down like 40% in their sales because everybody is worried about it. And if somebody really thinks coronavirus is coming from Corona beer, they have a lot to worry about besides just that, right? Thank you, Tony. By the way, thank you, Tony. My friend Jennifer, not Aniston, Jennifer Aniston, who says this.
Oh my gosh, Mitch, do you hear yourself?
In the Apple TV show, or.
Mitch, this is not okay. You need to leave.
That's not her, is it?
Mitch is gonna cover it.
And that's not her either. Anyway. Jennifer Trask, my good friend, who is a mindset coach for entrepreneurs. I sent out several emails over the weekend about the Confident Entrepreneur Challenge. And it sounds like Tony is taking advantage of that. She is amazing. I am not perfected. I cannot claim that she has fixed every problem I ever have. But let me tell you, she is a wonderful mindset coach. And we all need this right now. Part of what I'm talking about tonight is the freaking mindset that if you watch too much of the social media and the news and all that kind of stuff, your mind's going to just fry. And you're going to be down. I've been through this myself. Jennifer has helped me get through some of that. She is really good, and she has this smile that will kill you. I met Jennifer, actually, we figured out it was 2015 at a convention. So I met her a long time ago. I'm watching my cat who's eyeing my glass of ice water. No, you can't have my ice water. Anyway, way off topic. But I'm glad that you are appreciating that, Tony, because she's awesome. And we all need some mindset work. Joanne, hi. I have a headache for no... Oh, well, that was from the earlier live broadcast from David. I need to label them. And sorry, Joanne, I wasn't paying attention, so I don't know what you were talking about. Labeling what? What did I say? So, this morning, and this is probably too much information for some of you, in the shower, I had a brilliant idea. Now, I'm talking about content here. Content. Joanne, this probably doesn't apply to you. Joanne is a contester. She wins contests. This is her job. She is awesome at contests. And she likes to pop into my live feeds because I'm just amazing and kind of goofy. The buttons with sounds. You need a label for them. Oh, yeah, okay. Cheryl's here. Hi, Cheryl. Thank you for popping in and saying hello. So for those of you who are entrepreneurs who are trying to find new people to bring into your business. Now, one of the things I talk all the time about are contests and generating leads and targeted leads and potential clients with contests. But I'm also an entrepreneur that is having to educate people to get the information out to, thank you, Joanne, to share with the world what we're working on, right? And in order to do that, we have to populate our Facebook feed and everything else with content. And frankly, that gets kind of tough. Over time, it gets kind of hard especially if you're in reactionary mode and you don't do a plan. And I am raising my hands, probably both of them, without smacking the ceiling fan, which is above me. It's not running, thank goodness. But I am really, really bad at planning. But Jennifer and other mentors I've had are really getting me in that focus. And last Tuesday, a week ago today, and why I'm looking at my watch for that, because it's a week ago, I don't know. I was going back through some of the training that Jennifer has in her Joyous Entrepreneur program. And one of the things in my notes, and I'm looking around to see if I grab them quickly. Not that it really matters, but sometimes I think it enunciates what I was doing. In my notes was this diagram. And it had to do with planning. And we were going through the planning process for 2020. And I said to myself, I'm going to finally freaking do a content plan. And yes, I know it's March, but I'm going to do it. And so I put on my Mitch hat. And this is, my daughter goes to school there. And I started planning, and I was like, well, I don't necessarily want to do it on a piece of paper because I'm not necessarily a piece of paper kind of guy. I also had a calendar that kind of looks like that. And I have this calendar from Melissa and Paul Pruitt about Insta posts and a Catalyst conversation calendar. And I was like, I'm a spreadsheet kind of guy. And I went into Apple Numbers, and I found they have a calendar template. I was like, got it. I'm going to do electronic. I'm going to be really awesome. Because I am awesome. And Joanne says that, right? Ta-da! Joanne says I'm awesome. I don't have a ta-da sound.
Thank you.
All right. That's nowhere close. But this one...
Dad, you're always right.
There you go. And by the way, Joanne, I do have labels on them. I just don't necessarily know who said them. I know this one's Jennifer.
Oh my gosh, Mitch, do you hear yourself?
Because I recorded it off of the TV show. So I started going into this spreadsheet, and I went, wait a minute. I have learned stuff from Jennifer. I have also learned stuff from the Pruitts, which I just showed you their calendar. And Rachel Miller was the one that gave me this. And I've also learned stuff from a gal by the name of Laura Posey. And I've also learned from Christina Etheridge, who has a class on email open rates. And part of the thing that we talked about in the email open rates was generating content. And I was like, Mitch, you're really good at curating stuff. And yes, I know the label's still there from Joanne. And I keep looking at it going, frickin' yeah, I am awesome. I'm modest, right?
Dad, you're always right.
Yes, I am. Thank you, Victoria. So, I started on a project, which is not where I really needed to go. But once I had my hands on this spreadsheet from Apple Numbers, it all started falling into place. And what I'm figuring as I'm starting to create this thing, and I'm going to show it to you in just a minute, is that I could give this to people and help them during this crisis. Troy's here. Hey, Troy. Read what Joanne said about me there on the screen, will you, Troy? I'm funny, aren't I? Because what I've done is I've taken all of the different lessons I've learned about creating content in the last year or two, and I freaking created an Apple Numbers spreadsheet. And I say that because right now it's in Apple Numbers, and I worked with my friend Candace yesterday, and we converted it through Apple. You can export it to Excel, and it didn't work. So it doesn't quite yet work in Excel, and I don't own Excel because I didn't want to pay Microsoft more money. And so I got to figure out a way to get it migrated over to Excel. So right now it only works in Apple Numbers. And then I'm not yet ready to share it, but I thought I would just start talking about it because I know people are going to want this thing once they see it. And the two people that have seen it so far have gone, holy crap, Mitch, that's really cool. Not everybody's going to love it, but if you create content... So, what did I do today in the shower? You remember about 10 hours ago I said something about the shower and that was too much information? This morning in the shower I said, holy crap, Mitch. Ryan says, why not try Google Sheets? Because Google Sheets is the most basic thing. I have exported this from Numbers over to Google Sheets, and it looks horrific, and the functions don't work. Because what I've done, Ryan, maybe you'll see, I'm pretty sure I can get it into Excel, and why I'm wringing my hands like this, I don't know. I know I can get it into Excel, by eliminating one or two things that really aren't necessary. But what I thought of in the shower, I'm finally going to get it out of my mouth, is that once you have the content that I show you in this planning calendar, wouldn't it be great if it was actually in my Google Calendar? So I created an export, bingo bango, that takes 365 days worth of content and puts it in your freaking Google Calendar so that you can have it in the calendar that you normally use. So you get an alert at 8:15 in the morning that says, hey, it's time to post this on Facebook. Of course, if you do scheduling, you can schedule them in advance and blah, blah, blah. You can do all that. But at least it's on your calendar. And you don't have to go somewhere else, which is one of the things I told Paul and Melissa about this. This is great. This is really awesome because it has, what to post on, I don't know, what day is this? May 3rd, which is my birthday right there, in case anybody wants to write that down and send me gifts. Anyway, but this thing exports as of this morning to your Google Calendar. Ryan says, I installed Numbers after you asked the question earlier. Still waiting on... A lot of people are waiting on me, Ryan. I'm sorry. Part of the reason I will give it to you immediately after this broadcast, Ryan, because I want you to be able to try it. It is not finished. I have some things yet to do, but you can try it out. So let me show you. Let me show you. Let me take this away and let me do this and take off my goofy hat. Because it's hot, actually. It's warm in this room when I get crazy. All right. And I am going to take my face and put it over here in this corner. So this is the front page. And I'm laughing yet again because I recorded instructions Friday. It's 25 minutes of instructions because I got so much stuff in here. But anyway, I give credit to all of those people that I've mentioned before down here at the bottom. And so the first thing that you do is that you go in and you define some goals. Now, I'm going to block this out like this because there's a success plan right there. And that comes from my friend Laura Posey. So the first thing you do in typical planning is you lay out your goals and your objectives and all that kind of stuff. And then what we have is this year section. And I have set this spreadsheet up such that if you change the year here, all the dates throughout the whole thing ripple forwards to the next year. It's really awesome. And you only have to change it in one place. So next year, you can have the calendar, depending upon how you did your updates. You can either use the same calendar or you can create a new one. Depends upon how you want to go. Now, so over here on the left is the month. I've also isolated the quarters by slightly different colors. And then there's these 6 columns. I have them currently labeled as personal, affiliate launches, your own launches, clients' goals, and a theme for the month. Then comes the weekly email topics. And I learned much of that from multiple sources, but Christina Etheridge, who teaches the email class. So you can fill in all of these columns. Now, I will note that if you change the titles on these columns, I'm going to change this one from hello, whoever just popped in from YouTube, because I don't know how to read whatever language your name is written in, and I apologize. So if you change this first one, we'll change it from personal to, I don't know, business. I'll show you how this ripples through. Business. And don't blame me if I can't spell something right. So these things that are in here are just some ideas, some visual clues I haven't even filled this out for myself yet. But all of these things will ripple through to the other calendars, including these email topics. And let me just show you one, like, oops, let's look at February because I haven't fixed this thing that shouldn't be showing. That's supposed to be hidden. So let's look at February. Here's the dates. The titles, well, we haven't talked about those titles yet. The weekly topics come in over here on the left. The green cells are the posts that you're going to write that we haven't talked about yet. These things up here are the columns that I just talked about that are on the left side of this. Notice business now says business right here. And so as you fill in all of these things, they get populated in the month so that when you're working on the planning of the month, you can see what those things were. And again, if you change the titles ripple through. I'm really excited about this. Now, one of the ideas that came through my training was to create a certain number of posts, whether it's 100 or 90, something more than 90, because a quarter has approximately 90 days in it. I created it as 105 in order to be able to have enough posts to cover the long months. And I created it with 7 columns across the top for each day of the week. And of course, as I said before, you can change these titles. You will see them appear here. And as you create those 105 posts, every quarter they ripple through. So if I jump to April, which is the second quarter of the year, and I go back to the year, notice this email topic. I'm sorry, wrong one. Notice this is the first post. And if I go to April, the very first of the month, I'm sorry, not the first of the month, but the first block in the calendar is that post. Now, the idea here is that you can create a post, and 3 months from now, somebody's probably not going to remember that you did a post with that very same topic. In whether you're talking about social, Facebook or Instagram or wherever. And you could have, of course, rotate, right? You could do Facebook, and then in April, you could do the same thing in Instagram, and then not rotate your posts again until June, July. I mean, you can do it all kinds of different ways. That's the key to this. But these green posts are coming back again from the 105 section. So you could create an entire year worth of posts by creating content and reusing it multiple times during the year. So if I jump forwards again to April, notice that I can come in here in April and say April, let's say April 1st, right, which is April Fool's. I'm going to write an April Fool's post. And notice it switches to a yellow color because what I've just done is overridden the 105 posts, whatever fills into that spot. So I can visually see that that's not what the original post was. Isn't that cool? Somebody say that's cool. I think it's cool. I'm pretty excited about this. And so, lo and behold, I also decided when I said, oh, I'm going to send that to Google Calendar, that I needed to create a list. Now, this is the part that isn't done yet. Part of the thing that isn't done yet, because I haven't filled out all of the years. But here's the posts coming in and populating in a list form. This will actually end up with all 12 months. And if it overrides, if you override, let's go override post 3 in January. Da-da-da. This should work. I haven't tested it since this morning. I'm just going to type override. And then if we go to the list, bingo! It says override. So I haven't done the colors there. I don't know if I'm going to do the colors there or not. But this would populate when I export this into my Google Calendar. So I can have my contents, my posts, go to the Google Calendar. Now, the one thing I haven't mentioned yet, because I'm goofy crazy about statistics, is I also have a tracking sheet. And this didn't override, so Mitch just found a problem. So what you can do with this tracking sheet is keep track of how well the post does. For example, if I posted this one, and I did post this one, I can click here and go over to the Facebook page where I posted that in this particular page, and I could see what my engagements were, how many people liked it, how many comments, etc. And then I could come back and say, well, I got 0 likes and I got 0 comments, right? Whatever. And so I can keep track of which ones work really well and which ones flop. And so I could theoretically go back to the original and change it and say, well, this one didn't work so well, so I'm going to put some different things in there for a lesson learned. Wow. I think this is really awesome. I'm really excited about this. I hope other people are excited about it as well. I know, I get excited about a lot of things. I did include some tips over on the far right. You can see most of them because my face isn't covering them up. But here you go. You can create 105 posts. You can get suggestions. Now, you don't necessarily have to match the theme from the weekly theme email to the posts, but I've included them here in case you want to go down that path. You could theoretically take the week 3 email topic and post details about that all the way across. A challenge for that topic, tricks and tips that apply to that topic. So things would all match together. Ryan, you're funny. Ryan just asked, does Funalytics keep track of this for you? Which is a whole nother topic, and the answer is no, because Funalytics does not track things like Facebook and Twitter, or in Pinterest, or Instagram, or wherever you're posting. At least I know you're listening, Ryan. Thank you for that. That's a good question. Right on target for Crazy Mitch, right? So, and it may not really sound all that exciting to you. I think it would be more interesting if you sat down and actually tried to do this. If you've ever tried to create content or plan content ahead. Cheryl says, thank you, bless your heart. I love this. Have to get my daughter to bed and we'll catch the rest later. Thank you for commenting, Cheryl. Really appreciate that. Have a good time getting your daughter to bed. Hope she goes to bed easily. I don't plan to be talking that long unless you just go throw her in the bed and come running right back. But if people ask questions and interact with me, then that's a whole nother subject, because those people like Troy and Ryan know I can talk your ear off. It does. Thank you, Ryan. I'm proud of this. And part of what is going to be so exciting is if when I get this ready and I can distribute it to people, I mean, I'm not giving them the content, right? I'm not telling you guys what to put in each cell. I'm giving you ideas. I'm giving you a process to make it simple. Because what I have done when I've gone into this planning process, because I've thought about it multiple times since I've been doing giveaways and stuff, and trying to post on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, If I don't have a freaking idea in front of my face, I don't do it. I get mentally blocked because I still have blocks. Jennifer hasn't totally cured me yet. But I still have these blocks that keep me from getting things done. And I'm trying to get my face to, there it is. And so if I believe, if I have this thing in front of me that says on April 1st, I'm going to post this topic. Now, theoretically, if it's a simple post, I have all the text right there in the calendar. I could go to some place like Canva and make a pretty picture with that text and post that. Or I could expand it a little bit and make it a longer post. There's all kinds of things that I could do with it. But especially with the fact that I have the tracking in here, if I'm diligent and a couple of days after the post, I go look to see what the results were and how the interactions were, then I can, within a year, if I reuse this content, I can see very well what's working, what's not working. And next year, I have a base of content that is really awesome that works, and I can just try other things in the places where it didn't work. As opposed to what we typically do, it's 9 o'clock my time. I have posted nothing on my Facebook page. What do I post? I know I need to post something, which is what I do every day. I go to bed and I go, God bless America, I didn't post in my brand new page. Nobody's going to come visit if I don't post. And if you make the time, now it's going to take you 4, 5, 6 hours to do this, to do it really well when you first put it together. But heck, even, I've got 7 days across the top on that 105 days, 105 posts. If you start thinking about challenges in your specific niche, you ought to be able to come up with 4 or 5 of those right off the bat. Just think right down that column and go, well, all right, for giveaways, people don't believe giveaway leads buy, right? That's one challenge. Another challenge is getting people to share, right? Another challenge is to get people to sign up. Another challenge is to get them local. If I'm doing a local business, Tony, if you're still here. So right there, I've got 4 or 5 of them. Bang, 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 I've got them done. Obviously, I need to do about 15 of those, but I'm on a roll now, right? I can crank those things out, at least starting with the topic. Maybe I don't have the whole post wording done, but I've got a topic laid in there. And then I can come back afterwards once I lay out some of the brilliant ideas and fill them in. Right? But the first part of it is just get it down on paper. Might not be perfect, just get it down. And if you get 105 posts created in a couple of hours, you got a freaking year's worth of content. I mean, for those people that are creating content, it's all right there in front of you. Now you throw off that burden of having to think about what to post. I mean, I'm actually getting goosebumps because I have been in that hole so many times. I get excited about this stuff. Can you tell? I get excited about it more when I've come up with a solution that can help people than actually doing it, because you see, I haven't actually filled it in yet. Because I keep coming up with other ideas. And I was talking about this with Paul Pruitt today in the Dream 100. And by the way, if there's a thing that Paul and his wife do called the Dream 100. 3 times a week we meet and talk about what's going on in our business. It's very applicable to the problems that we're having right now. And I want to do this for the giveaway people, the people like Ryan and Troy. I want to be sharing with you a regular time where people can get together. Because a lot of us, especially now, we're at home. We don't have a cooler, a water cooler to go, or a break room or whatever, to go talk to other people and say, hey, I have this idea. What do you think? We're stuck at home. We're all in this boat right now. Jackie Johnson from Periscope says hello. Hello from Wisconsin, she says. Oh, Kathy Harris. Hi, Kathy Harris from Wisconsin. So my intent is to distribute this spreadsheet with no charge. I think realistically I could charge for it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to infuse it with tips and tricks of how to run contests, so maybe people end up becoming a customer down the road. Maybe they decide that they want to run a contest. So it's basically going to be a lead magnet kind of thing, but I'm not going to charge for it. And so there are people that still love paper. And I do not want to dissuade them from doing it, creating content the way they want to. But I do want them to create the frickin' content. So here's what happens when you are broadcasting on other mediums. Mark Stewart says, I'm trying to get my laundromat off the ground, but people keep stealing my washing machines. Okay. Jackie says, hi, Daddy. I'm not your daddy. Sorry, Jackie. Ryan says, yes, that would be awesome. Mark Stewart, this is interesting. Please help me. With what, Mark? I don't know that I want to get in there. Ryan, yes, the idea of sessions, and I want to, like I said, I want to do them around the giveaway space. The Dream 100 that Paul and Melissa do is wide open. They have one slot available if anybody's interested. Ask me about that. But I find it very valuable because they have an accountability session on Monday, and then there are 3 different sessions you can tune into, and it's done on Zoom. They're 2-hour sessions. And I have this post-it note on my monitor that says, how does this apply to me? And then it says some stuff underneath, but that's not what's really important. How does this apply to me? And what I do in these sessions, because there are other business people there, is I listen to what their problems are and what their struggles are. And so that's helping me. And I can then, of course, ask my questions and say, hey, guys, I'm doing this crazy calendar thing. What do you think? And they all go, well, that's a great idea. There's this conversation going over on Periscope that is just way out of my league. So I'm not going to even go there. I don't think those people are paying attention to me. They happen to be here, but they're not paying attention. Which is part of the problem with broadcasting on places like Twitch and Periscope, because I don't know what's going on. All right, but that's the thing that I'm doing. So I'm going to, and Ryan, I will get this to you right after. I want to do the Dream 100 kind of concept for the giveaway space, because I agree with Ryan. We would be a lot better off if we can learn from each other and talk about what's working, what's not working, ideas, what the struggles are. I don't know why that wouldn't work, why that wouldn't be of interest for many people that are doing marketing in viral contests, to be able to talk to other people that are trying to do the same thing. So I'm trying to put that together. It would be on Zoom. So this, I've thought about doing it here. I've thought about doing it here. I'm laughing at the Periscope comments. Pardon me. I have to go wash my hands now. I coughed on my hand. I thought about doing it here in Facebook, but the problem is you guys don't get to, there's this delay and I don't get to see your faces. And it's just a lot harder when there's only one person talking and everybody else is in text. It just doesn't work very well. So it would have to be in Zoom. But if you're not Ryan, because Ryan's going to get a copy, but if you are interested in seeing the spreadsheet before I publish it for everybody, because I still have a couple of things, like I said, to fix, let me know, and I will get it to you, and you can try it out. Again, it's not going to be charged. It's going to be a free thing. It's going to have a little bit of marketing in it, but that's what a lead magnet does, right? But I think it'll provide a ton of value for those people that need to plan content or struggle with content like I do. All right, so I have babbled on for 41 minutes. There are quite a few of you still here. Thank you for sticking around. If anyone has any questions on any topic other than the laundromat and the washing machines, which is going on over in Periscope, let me know. Beta test, Ryan says. Yeah, like I said, I still have to. Right now is numbers only, and I still have to do a bit of testing. So Ryan, I will get that to you right after this done. I gotta fix January because I was looking at how they did certain things. I gotta fix that. But if you have any questions, I'm gonna cut this off. Yeah, I'm doing the end of the Facebook Live stall in case somebody has a brilliant question they want to ask me in the next 10-15 seconds. Type in really fast, I have a question. Otherwise, I'm going to say goodnight to everybody because it's getting close to my bedtime. When you get to be my age, you go to bed early. I can do this. Nobody? Bueller? See, it's funny because people are coming on. I see people popping in. Lisa says, I have a question. Okay, Lisa, we will wait for you. Type in the question while I sing and dance. Okay, I'm not going to sing. This is not contest karaoke. Hey, that's a pretty cool idea. Let's do contest karaoke. I don't know that you want to hear me sing. My wife hears me sing and she comes and closes the door because I start rocking. I hope you're typing your question, Lisa. Oh, good. Thank you. I am thinking about running a contest in my Facebook group. Perhaps an offer to an Amazon gift card. Is there more coming? There's a comma. Tell us what niche you're in, Lisa. And I'm sorry, I tend to rock. I'm standing at my stand-up, sit-down desk, and I tend to lean on it, and I still have not yet figured out how to stop making it wiggle. Unless somebody wants to donate a more sturdy stand-up, sit-down desk to me. Running a Facebook group, offer an Amazon gift card to gather email address. Is this an okay practice? Well, of course it is. Tell me your niche too, please. Lifestyle coaching for women, Lisa says. All right. One of the most difficult struggles, Lisa, that anybody has in terms of gathering email addresses is finding the right offer. Now, I'm not going to turn this into a plug because I'll give you the simple answer. It's all about the offer. But I do have a course that I call, I've forgotten what I called it. I've called it two different things, so that's what causes me the trouble. The official long name has something to do with skyrocket your email list, blah, 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 something. Basically, it goes through the process of why are we running a contest? Why are we gathering emails? What's the best way to think about the offer? How do you get people to share, which is another problem. Once you get them with the right offer, how do you get them to share? It has a worksheet that shows how to do brainstorming ideas on what to offer. And it's currently $97 for that course. Again, I don't want to turn this into a pitch. What you have, Lisa, what your question you've asked is, what kind of offer should I have that's going to excite women and lifestyle coaching? Now, you should talk to Jennifer. If you didn't catch the beginning of this long time ago, my friend Jennifer is a lifestyle coach. And she's actually a coach's coach. She teaches coaches. And we've talked a good bit about contests, and right now she's running this 7-day challenge. Offering an Amazon gift card is not the right offer. The reason being, I'll give you another example. My friend Heike, who runs a website called Horse World Connect, came to me a year and a half ago now, and she said, I'm going to offer a $250 Amazon gift card. And in doing that, actually, let me go to, no, it's not there. She needed 500 members. See, look, I have slides for this. And what she wanted to do was this Amazon gift card, right? And she said, Mitch, I've got all of these people that want to they buy their stuff on Amazon. But you guys and I know that Amazon sells a whole lot more stuff than just horsey stuff. So what she ended up doing, and I put that sound on automatically when the slide comes up, is what we did was we gave a gift card to your favorite tack and feed shop. It's much more targeted kind of an offer, right? The offer appealed to horse owners because they happen to buy their stuff also at a tack and feed shop. It also, because if you see the form down here, they had to list right here the name of the store that they would go to if they won the campaign. And so in this particular case, not only did Heike get, she got 630 leads, but she also got a list of tack and feed shops in the USA that she could go ask if they wanted to participate as an advertiser on her website. So it worked double fold there. Now, in terms of coaching, it gets a little difficult. And we had Ken in my Win Together program last fall, who was doing coaching for procrastination. And one of the things that he did was he chose to offer a 2-hour consulting with him to fix your procrastination. And it didn't do so well. And I didn't think it was going to do so well, but he wanted to try it, and that's okay. It was his offer. The reason is it didn't work so well because nobody knows who Ken is. And therefore, I'm not going to sign up for a giveaway of coaching with Ken if I don't know who he is. If it was Tony Robbins, that would be a whole nother story, right? Everybody knows Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins' book. Oh, it's not showing. It used to be right there. His book on money or whatever. So, Lisa, what you need to do is to come up with an offer that's going to really appeal to the women that need your coaching. I don't have right now the most brilliant answer, but one of the things you can do, besides going through the training that I offer, plug, is to ask people, what do you, if I were to do a giveaway and it was about lifestyle coaching, do you have any ideas about what would, I have a hair in my face, what would appeal to you that you would enter, right? So if you're struggling, it's gone. If you're struggling coming up with ideas, guess what? Go talk to your perfect avatar and ask them what is really interesting. Now, one of the things that Ken did, for example, is he decided to offer, you know what a Pomodoro timer is? Okay, it's like a, you know, an egg timer or a cooking timer, but it's specifically designed to get you to concentrate for 15 minutes. And since his offer is about coaching and a training program on procrastination, that did fairly well. People were interested in that. And the people that are interested in the Pomodoro timer are not the kind of people that are just like looking for an Amazon gift card, right? So what you got to do is narrow down the scope of your offer and figure out what your perfect avatar really gets excited about. I would love to have a list, and it's on my things to do, for a specific niche. Here's a good idea, or here's what I've seen that worked, or didn't work, but at least I've seen it. I don't have that kind of thing yet. I am creating one, but it doesn't have very many topics on it yet. So I hate to just say, well, I'll give that to you, because there's not a whole lot of stuff on it yet. Many of the campaigns I've done for clients have been in the photography gear world, because that's where I started in the Planet 5D realm. So I'm growing my expertise in other areas, but I just don't have something that I could just say, Lisa, for lifestyle coaching for women, here's what you should offer. I'm sorry I don't have that on a platter for you. But hopefully you've gotten some ideas from listening to me ramble of things that you potentially could offer, where to go look. One of the other things here, let me see if I have it right off the top. See it, because I've forgotten. Google. Ah, here it is. All right, so I'm going to go back to my desktop, and I'm going to go to Safari, and I'm going to open a new window, and I'm going to turn off the comments. So there's a way, and I didn't open a new window, but it doesn't matter. All right, so if I type in Google. So if you do site : can you see that? Maybe you can't see that very well. If you do site : upvir.al, so that is the shortcut for UpViral giveaways, and then type something after that, real estate in this case, then you can see a bunch of giveaways that Google says use that keyword phrase. So let's try site UpViral and lifestyle coaching. Win a weight loss program. The contest is over. 5-day green drinks challenge. All right, so I didn't know what I was going to get. But maybe you could try something similar. Enter to win awesome prizes from Disruptive Day. Let's see what this is. Sometimes you get campaigns that are over. So if you're struggling for contest ideas, this is a great way to do it. $50 gift card. So this is food. This is more about weight loss or something. And it's probably over because their up viral widget is spinny wheel. I wonder, what are the dates for this? Nothing about sex at all in this ad, is there? Gosh, this is a long page. There is strategy training, so there's kind of a lifestyle thing. Click to register. 2018. I'm betting this contest is over. Yeah. But again, if you do that search and you put site.upvir.al and then a phrase after it, you can see what other people have done with UpViral as long as they didn't do a custom domain, etc. Whew. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps. If you have any other questions, hey, happy to know, happy to help. Let me know. And it is now almost 9:30. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to call it a night. I will be doing more of these to try to help people grow their business. And I guess I lied earlier to the young lady that was going to put her daughter to bed. I did end up going longer than... She might still be reading to her daughter, but anyway. Lisa says, that's an awesome site. Thanks. You're welcome. Hopefully you get some brilliant ideas. I am very happy to have helped. If you have any other questions, don't be afraid to ping me on Facebook Messenger, and I'll see if I can help you, or just post a comment below this video. I am going to go off to bed now. Thank you all for tuning in, and keep an eye on me. By the way, let me go back to... If you go to this link, which should be now in your chat, if you go to giveawayrocket.com, which is my homepage, and Cal Free, you can join my Facebook calendar and see when I'm going to do Facebook live broadcasts, and this one wasn't scheduled, so the calendar doesn't help, but that is available if you're interested. And of course, I do encourage you to join my daily tip email, which is there at giveawayrocket.com/365, which also should be in the comment stream. Although it's got a big fat X next to Facebook for that some reason. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. Ryan is a smartass. Sorry. I knew you would still be here, he says. Thanks, Ryan. It's okay. I love you. You know I love helping people and serving all of you, because I want you to be able to grow your business, especially in this very difficult time. We've got to work together and to help each other, and it's not about it's about getting you to grow your business. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.